How's it going? How's it going, Jacob?
Not too bad, bro. How are you?
That doing great, doing great
As always.
as always. Yeah. How's the
Perfect.
weekend?
Good, man. Good. Spending some time with the family. Got
Yeah,
good weather out here, man. It's like, above 25 degrees to me, 25 degrees Celsius, it starts to get like too hot. Like it's no longer
yeah.
enjoyable, especially where we are because it's so dry. There's no moisture at all. So this weekend's been nice, man. It's been like 23, 24. That perfect, like perfect
Love
temperature,
that.
bro. You know?
Yeah, it's getting colder here as well, 'cause like the Australia winter.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not
But
far
what
from
what
here,
do-
so it's
what does
it's good.
cold mean for you, bro? Because I still imagine that's like 30
It's
plus.
I would say like high 20s
Okay,
with wind. So, yeah. I could be wrong though, 'cause we never check the temperature, but it definitely feels cold.
interesting. Cold here is literally minus 20 degrees, bro. So guess
Yeah.
we got.
That's just
But everyone's coming here this winter though. That's gonna be fun just to see
yeah,
how everyone handles
nice.
the winter.
Yeah, nice,
Yeah,
nice. Cool. So, what are we talking about today?
yeah. Today I want to talk some content stuff, man. I guess we can talk through like the plan with the podcast, what we're looking to do here, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I guess the tools that we're using. Maybe we can touch on that, but yeah, just a bit of content stuff, man. Give a bit of context to the content, you know.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And how is this gonna help the people watching this?
Well, I think that it's a good platform to understand. I mean, we're paid ads wise, you know we're we'll always be good on paid ads, but obviously with content we're starting from scratch, and people are watching us do that. The awkwardness of the first ever video, and then we're gonna get better and better and better. So
Yeah,
it's kind of just, I guess maybe people can tap in if they haven't started creating content yet, and just kind of see how the process goes, and maybe join us in the process as well. Who knows, man? Who knows?
yeah,
It's a good
definitely.
question,
It's
bro.
been
I don't know how to
been
sell
fun.
that, bro. What's in it for you? I don't know. I'm just updating you what's happening.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just like sharing, documenting our journey, right? That's the best way to do content nowadays. I see
Yeah.
people, like a couple people I follow, who have sold their company, made like a ton of money, like
Mm.
8 figures, and they're like, if I can go back, I would document the whole thing from the start and show it to people. And now they're like, obviously, with founders, people who are like, I guess it's just the love of the game. Like when
Yeah.
they exit, they make 8 figures. They can just chill, not do anything, but then start a new company or partner up. It just becomes like the love of the game. And now they're sharing and documenting the whole
Mm.
process, right? So
Yeah.
we kind of feel like this is important. That's why we're doing it as well.
Yeah.
Documenting, networking with people.
Mm.
Hopefully in the future we can get some people in, some people, big names in the industry,
Hmm.
get them in, share some insights. So yeah,
Yeah. 100%. It is super, like really true though. What you said about documenting everything. Like it's going to be interesting when we do our first exit. It'll probably be ad set that we sell, or that you know that side of the business, because I can't imagine the info launch would be very sellable, honestly.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And I kind of enjoy the where the market is and the trend is nowadays with
Right.
content. Like, a couple years ago or even last year, like it's just a lot of editing, like get people
Yeah, yeah,
attention
it's
from the
true.
start.
Yeah, it's very raw and like real nowadays, right?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like minimal editing, just,
And
getting thoughts in perspective.
I think that does as well. It does two things. A, it evens the playing field, because now someone with a small personal brand who has some real gems to talk about can actually be heard, even though they don't have the budget for like crazy editing and blah 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 blah, right? And then
Yeah,
B, I've realized honestly, a lot of the people I used to watch really hide behind their edits, bro. They have like real surface level information that they're putting online, and they just hide behind the edit. Like I always used
yeah,
to think when I watched like Daniel Fazio, for example, like, why is this guy so informative? Why do I feel so like enthused to listen to him? And that's because he's like, the depth that he'd go into in every video was like really quite intense. And it's I remember, I mean, my stack of people I listened to and watched was Jeremy Haynes, Daniel Fazio. I mean, Hull Mosley, obviously everyone listens to Hull Mosley, right? And then just like kind of like a few people in the merger and acquisition space or real estate space, etc. as well, right? And I just
yeah,
remember thinking like, this is not a couple years back, a while ago, just been thinking like, man, the amount of information I'm like acquiring quickly because the people I'm listening to is incredible. And then nowadays, on the other end of the spectrum, there's guys who kind of like do the surface level stuff and have like really crazy edits. But yeah, basically, the Ryan
Yeah,
Clogs, the Daniel Fazios, those sorts of chaps who just do the bare minimum and just talk real. Yeah, it's great, man.
yeah, yeah. And it's funny. It's like now when I go on YouTube, I actually just genuinely try to find videos with minimal editing because I know those
Mm,
are like just straight to the point, just value, value, value from the start. Like purposely try to avoid like videos that has too much editing because yeah, it's been repeated so many times.
yeah. So I'll break down our content strategy into three main pillars, right? Of kind of what we're doing.
Yeah, yeah,
I think like number one is obviously this is the daily updates. I don't think we should call it a podcast because it's not really a podcast. It's just like daily updates about what's going on, what we're doing. I don't want to treat it like a podcast because then we'll get podcast results and nobody watches podcasts, bro. So
yeah,
but
yeah,
A is that like us documenting it, going through the process, that kind of thing. B is gonna be like value videos. We'll sit down and break down a certain, like I'm going to be spending a lot of this week breaking down funnels and sales assets and stuff like that.
yeah,
And I'm going to be putting those specifically on three platforms: Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube.
yeah,
Like, because I think those are the best platforms to find qualified people with long form content. And then obviously three is like clipping up everything, chopping up everything in short form clips and tweets, basically. And you got like a process now for taking our transcripts and turning them into tweets, right?
yeah, yeah. So basically, all these like videos that we record, I just put them in ChatGPT, get the transcript, and then find like as many tweets that's valuable, that's worth
Mm,
posting, and then just put it into Threads, X, LinkedIn in different styles based on like each platform. Because each platform is different,
mm,
and then I just schedule them in advance. It takes like what, 2 to 4 hours to schedule like 30 days of content, and you're
mm.
posting like two, three, four times on Twitter, LinkedIn,
Is that
and
a day?
yeah, like 2 to 4 hours a day. I would say like at first it took me a little bit longer because just learning everything,
Yeah.
but once I get everything sorted, like it should take like 2 to 4 hours per day to post, not per day, just for one day to
Mhm.
post for the next 30 days.
And when I
Yeah.
say, so do you put, is it like one post a day for the next 30 days, or is it like two or three posts a day?
Well, it depends on the platform. Like right now, LinkedIn, I'm posting twice a day,
Hmm.
and then X and Threads 3 to 5 times a day. Just have it like
Cool.
vary. But I'm not very like specific when it comes to like the timing of the post.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
just pick like a good time. But I think having it like vary between different times of the day is great because now we can actually track, okay, where are we getting the most engagement, when, and all that stuff. You know what
Hmm.
I find interesting, right? Like,
What?
I
Well,
think, people say like with content, do long form and then you can chop it up to like do short form, and Instagram is to get like followers, and then YouTube is to get buyers, right? When
yeah,
they watch your long
conversions.
form videos. Yeah,
Yeah.
conversions. Like I look at Ryan Clark, right? He didn't post anything on Instagram. Daniel Fazio didn't post anything on Instagram,
Yeah.
but they posted on YouTube for so long, and now all these people who watch his YouTube videos, they're
Mm.
like really like they're ICP basically. Like who would
Mhm.
watch a 30-minute video if they're not interested in a topic, right?
Yeah.
And then these people will follow him on Instagram, and now on his Instagram, on their Instagram, it's like just all these qualified people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right. It's almost like, yeah, it's almost backwards, right? So it's like they're using YouTube for reach and then Instagram for conversion. But yeah, but I mean, the thing is, I think people sleep on how much reach you can get on YouTube. I think the problem with YouTube, the reason people don't call it a reach platform is because the amount of effort it takes to create one video. Even if you just do a raw video and you sit down and talk for 30 minutes, like you gotta
Yeah,
come up with an idea, you gotta cut out the edits and X, Y, Z. But I mean, when I look at kind of like the landscape of what's happening in social content, like first off, I'll be honest, I'm really excited to get started on Twitter and LinkedIn, specifically LinkedIn, because I
mm,
think whenever I think of like, marketing done right, I don't think of LinkedIn. Does that make sense?
yeah,
I can just imagine if you treated LinkedIn like a mix of YouTube and Instagram for a year, the platform that you'd build for yourself would be like ridiculous. And then obviously you'd be
Yeah.
posting YouTube and Instagram as well.
Yeah.
And like our ICP is that. And you know what the thing is, what I've thought about is I really do believe that our best clients would be from somewhere like LinkedIn, because there would be legacy business owners or agency owners or consultants, right? Who potentially don't have as much digital savviness, but they have business savviness, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think that's where like that kind of like perfect middle section is where we need to be with our clients that we're working with. So but yeah, and then another piece of content that I'm really looking forward to doing, and I know we spoke about this before, but is to do like do like a proper documentary building a merger and acquisitions firm. Like when we
Yeah.
start that process properly, because right now we're kind of just, we're just documenting building our agency with the end goal of selling it at some point. Then we're going to document building the vehicle to help agencies sell, right? But when we're,
Yep.
at some point we're going to have to fly to flipping New York to meet some sort of finance person at JP Morgan or whatever. And we're going to have we have conversation with legal and financial advisors from the big four, and people who've been in the mergers and acquisition space, who've done exits in the agency space, who've scaled it, all these different things. And I think us documenting that as like some sort of actual documentary, like camera, crew, proper edited and everything, as like a YouTube VSL to introduce people to the concept of what we do, I think will be sick, bro.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like it will be really beneficial for people who want to learn as well, because we're
Yeah,
going to be learning throughout the journey, right? It's going to be our first time doing this and that,
yeah,
but showing it to people, because sometimes, right, you can watch a 30-minute video about like, here's how you should do this, here's how you can sell your agency.
yeah,
Those are like just the strategies and stuff like that. But
yeah,
from a day-to-day operation, like if somebody can see it, like it will be so clear to them, right? I
yeah,
always wonder, right? Like, can I just, see what a day-to-day life of a billionaire looks like when
yeah.
they first started until when they are where they are now, right?
Mm,
So that would be very insightful just by seeing like everything that comes into play
mm,
when it comes to like building a
yeah.
massive company.
It's funny because thinking about that, I think we need to be more bold with our titles, the way that we title these videos on YouTube and stuff. I think we need to build an $100 million agency episode 1,
Yeah, yeah,
because I think that's the only way that we can really have people like lock in and listen right now.
yeah,
But
definitely.
that is the vision, man. That is the vision. Like I always say, like you gotta have something wrong with you to be an entrepreneur, bro. There's gotta be something wrong with the way your mind works, right? And
Yeah, you're obsessed. You have to be obsessed with
you have to
things.
be obsessed. But I
Yeah,
mean, even then, I think there's so many that like, sometimes I know certain really successful entrepreneurs who are super narcissistic. I know successful entrepreneurs who are egotistical. Some of them who are like delusional. I think I fall into the maybe more under the delusional degree of entrepreneurship, right? Because
yeah,
I believe that we are gonna have the world's biggest roll-up mergers and acquisitions vehicle for online businesses. Full stop.
yeah,
Full stop. We're gonna take we're gonna take offers, help them build their operational teams, help them build their client acquisition, help them stabilize their finances over 3, 6 to 9 months. So they've got strong EBITDA. Then roll them up with similar businesses in either similar businesses in the same type of business or in the same niche. Roll those businesses up. We have a list of maybe 100 family offices, 100 venture capital firms, 100 private equity guys, right? And a couple banks who would buy and sell these types of businesses. Boom, we put an email out and say, hey, we have this roll up. Who wants to have a look at it? We have a salesperson on the back end who takes the roll up and sells it to the people. Boom, we do that exit. The salesperson gets their commission. We take 10% of the deal structure. The founders get the rest. But I don't know what people think that's going to happen this year. Like, we're going to start that this year, bro. Like, simple as that.
yeah, yeah. We're working towards that. Yeah, that's gonna be a huge plan. When you first came to me with that idea, I'm like, damn, I'm in.
Yeah.
Remember the first call we had?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's fun. It's funny because we've been one thing that I believe in, especially in the online space, is that you gotta try and go for $1 billion move at some point. Because I think I
yeah,
mean, I'll say you've got to. You don't have to do anything, but like I think it's very easy to get in the process of just like going through the motions. Like, oh, I have an agency, yeah, I run ads, yeah, I hire this, and then just kind of like never thinking ahead. But I look at Alex Becker, for example, with Hyros, right? and he made
Mm.
the $1 billion move, bro. Let's be real. Look at Iman
Yeah.
and Homos in our school and WAP. It's like they're making $1 billion move. Same with Fazio and like all these folks. And at one point we thought about starting a fund, like an ads fund, where people could essentially apply to like get a bursary or kind of like finance from this ads fund, and then they just pay us back basically through the ROAS that they get, which I still don't think
Yeah.
is a bad idea. It's just I can imagine the legislation and the compliance issues there would be quite.
Yeah. That will crush, right? Like imagine you invest your money in the stock market. Like what's the
Mm,
percentage that you get, right? Like my investment, they're growing like very slowly, you know? And
yeah.
that's why like over time I'm thinking like, hey, should I put this in my investment account or should I invest in the business, in ads, or in myself with like learning like skills, getting coaches and everything. And
Yeah.
that's always the better move. And I think this ads funding kind of thing is like it's actually solid. Like if you can get like a 3x ROAS,
Mm.
right? That's better than any other investment.
Yeah, yeah. Month on month get a 3x rise. It is, and it is better, and it is something I think that we probably get to eventually. It's just I think it's more feasible for us to do the agency exit model
Yeah,
first, because we essentially can turn that into a coaching program on the front end. Alex Hormoz is coming out with $100 million money models.
yeah,
It's funny because he did a bait and switch. He kept talking about $100 million sales, like that was going to be the next one, and he's dropping this instead, which is funny. But
yeah,
basically, what he's talking about there is essentially what we want to build out for all of our clients and people. I can tell you what's going to happen. Please listen to this. When we've said it, it's like, yeah, 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 sounds like a good idea. But when Homoza drops it in the book, people go, oh my God, into this now, right? That's exactly what's going
yeah,
to happen.
yeah,
So, we talk about having three value stuff, lead magnets, then ascension stuff, low ticket stuff, then your core offer, and then obviously the back end ascension, right? So we'll probably have something similar to that where we'll have like I think probably even like a low ticket offer funnel with like a fast track VSO, what Ryan Clog and Josh Gavin spoke about on their episode. I don't know if you saw it, but it's sick where they went into it. We'll probably run something like that on the front end with setters, setting people in for fast track calls, they're just sales calls. And then we sell people into the core offer, which is like, hey, we'll help you build a sellable agency, productize it, yada, yada, have the right staff, blah, 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 get the finances ready. And then what you want to start selling, you want to get ready to sell? Well, in order to do that, it's this much. Well, let's send them in here. Do business,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. I feel like that's the move for like 2025 moving forward. Like people again in the last episode we covered about like having one offer, one audience. Like that was like the main thing back then, and I still
Mm.
think it's important, right? But you need to have different tiers in your offer so you can help more people at the end of the
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
right? Like we're doing that across our clients, like the car exporting, right? Like not everyone
Mm.
can export cars from the
Qualify for
get-go.
that. Yeah.
So yeah, we have to have an offer for them so they can eventually get into that car exporting
Yeah.
business, right? So it's just like it
Yeah.
makes sense to do that. It's kind of selfish not to do that because now they're like, oh, what about me? Like I'm struggling right now. I want to do that, but I'm not at that point yet. What do you have for
Mm.
me, right? So I feel like it's almost like a responsibility for every coaches, consultants, agencies to help the people that want to get help wherever they're at. Like meet them where they're at and then help
Yeah.
them throughout that journey.
I
And once
think
they're in, they trust you more. So
yeah, of course. I think as an extension of that, I agree with that. One of the things that I'm seeing, and I think is a trend that will start to happen more and more and more, is that
yeah,
for most service-based businesses, there's no reason they shouldn't have an info product
mm,
as like a whether it's low ticket or high ticket but lower than the full done for you as an entry level offer. There's no reason it shouldn't. Like if I think of, for example, a accountant, there's no reason they shouldn't have here's how you can save 40% of your taxes, and then it's just a video course going through all the things that you can possibly save on, some worksheets, and then maybe they've got like a one-to-one chat with an onboarding and an offboarding call, let's say, for this 6-month program, right? There's no reason they
yeah.
shouldn't do that. There's not a single reason any service-based, I can't think of a service, like, name a service-based business, bro. Like, B2B service-based. Anything.
How to scale a laundromat.
Well, I mean, is it a laundromat marketing agency?
Yeah,
Okay,
like
laundromat
yeah,
marketing course, right?
yeah,
How like even the one that's I think the best example of that, and the reason why I think you have to be smart with this is when you go up the scale into working with richer and richer people, right? It takes a lot longer for them to trust you, and a lot more information needs to be kind of like crossed hands. Now there are offers where the average order value is 1 to like 10 mil, bro. Like if it's like life insurance and whole life insurance or property investment, those sorts of things, right? Now, as a person who sold my most expensive property I ever sold was 2.4 million. No, I don't know how much it was. I think it might have been more than that, but it was around the 2 million to 3 million mark, right?
Yeah.
That took me fucking ages, bro. I did so many small little deals with that guy before he decided to pull the trigger on that bigger one, right?
Mm.
And I'm sitting there thinking, imagine if I back then, as a deal source was what I was, or a wholesaler, I guess you would call it. Imagine if I had a course where it's like, here's how you invest X, Y, Z in this property. And then before people go and do business with me, they can, consume that course for $775 or 7,500 or whatever it was. Like,
Yeah.
I think the move for like most service-based businesses now is to have an info product and then upsell people into the recurring or the higher ticket. And that gives you two options, bro. A, you can liquidate people who wouldn't pay you for recurring because they don't want to commit to a 3, 6, 12-month contract. And B, you can actually up the price on your recurring because you're providing more value. That's what Matthew Lawson, for example, did with his CRO agency that he exited.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's crazy. Like I remember one of my friends. He has like he posts content on YouTube, Instagram, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he has an offer, and the offer is like doing one-on-one boot camps where his offer is like approaching people, like confidence, approaching
Yeah, yeah,
girls,
yeah.
and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, right? And his main offer is the boot camp, like doing one-on-one boot camp. Now, there's a lot of people who are not ready to approach people in person, right? They have to work on themselves first.
Yeah.
Now, which is a smart move, what he did was he created a lower ticket, which teaches them like the fundamental things, which improve them, help them with like any social anxiety or anything like that. And then when they're
Nice.
ready, then they can get into the boot camp,
Ascend
the
into the
one-on-one
next
boot
thing.
camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because if you
Smart.
didn't help them with that, right, like they're never gonna be confident to even do the boot camp anyways, because they don't have that first step in the ladder. So
Smart. Yeah. It's I think it's just designing like ascension models basically. It's like what does someone need to know as a prerequisite before they can really do business with me? Basically.
yeah,
And then even with us, bro, we've always designed it around that anyway. With our offers, it's like, okay, first we just went to market with info launch, which is like we'll build a sales team, we'll do this, that, and the other. Wasn't smart because most people who come to us to want a sales team do not qualify to have a sales team. You know,
yeah,
don't have a good enough offer. They're not spending enough on ads. Maybe it's just, maybe there's something there in the marketing that I can improve, but they don't qualify to have a sales team built. So what do? We have an intro offer to get people to the point where they are qualified, and then we can build sales teams for them. So yeah, it's
yeah,
interesting, man. It's proper interesting.
yeah, definitely. And
Mm,
like all the clients that we have right now in our core offer, like they're on their way to hitting 50K per month, and that's like our requirement for us to
mm,
build their sales team, right? So now they have trust, they enjoy working with us, they're seeing results, and they're
mm,
working towards that. Because a lot of the offer owners that I know that we work with, they're
mm.
like, I don't want to take sales call, but that's the sacrifice that you have to make
Yeah,
early in
yeah.
the
In this
process.
phase, yeah,
Yeah, and then once you get to that point, now we can build everything for you. And even
yeah.
now, like we have people like, "Hey, can you build us a sales team and stuff?" And we're like, "Nope, not ready yet,
No,
but we'll get
yeah,
you." So
yeah. And actually talking on that, right? Just in the process of what it looks like to build up a ticket program to more specific. Like we'll probably be in the trenches, me and you closing. If anyone clicks this video and wants to call with us, it will be me or Reese that you speak to. Like
yeah,
it's that simple. And for the foreseeable future, bro, there is no good reason why we wouldn't do that. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
And I do think it's interesting because one of the things that I think is like high ticket coaching, especially, is such an easy business model, right? But people
yeah,
want to make it even like, oh yeah, I don't want to take sales calls. Oh yeah, I don't want to do the coaching. Oh yeah, I don't want to make the courses. Oh yeah, I don't want to edit the video. Bro, what do you want to do, bro? You just want to sit back and print money for free? Be honest, like be absolutely real. Like you do not want to do any work and you want to make all the money for it. That's ridiculous. You
yeah,
idiot. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you got guys who are in the motherfucking trenches, bro. It's making it happen. Like I look at Jeremy Pogue as a great example for this. I don't know if Jeremy Pogue has a closer to this day. I don't know, but
Mhm.
he's doing like 250K a month, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
like, you can't fake that level of commitment. But and I don't know if he does or doesn't. So don't quote me on that. But I know for a long time he didn't have a closer, and it was just him who was taking these calls. Similar with Nick Setting as well. Like
yeah,
for a long time, I know it was just him taking his calls, and then on the others in Spectrum. And then you look at those guys and you wonder, hey, how did they become so successful? It's because they're so ingrained in each part of the process. And then at the other end of the spectrum, you got guys who just want to spend 5K on ads and hire a
yeah.
sales team. It's like, bro, come on, bro.
Yeah, and then just want to hit big numbers and stuff. And it's not sustainable. Like it will break at some point, right? Like if you don't
Mm,
show commitment and making sacrifices in the business early on, like taking sales call and everything, like
mm.
it's not a good look on your company because like what happens to the delivery part once we get so many people in, right? Is it going to be sustainable? Are we going to take care of all these students or clients for their company? Like
Yeah.
we don't want to just hire people and just be like, oh, we got coaches for you and stuff, and I'm just gonna chill. Like it's not gonna
Mm,
work like that. Like that's why
yeah.
like people like Sohel, right? I respect him as much as he micromanages a lot, right? Like, but in a way, it's better than not doing anything at all.
Yeah,
With
it's better than not
Sohel,
being involved. Yeah.
yeah, with Sohel, he still hop on to calls with the closer and the prospect
And a
if
lead.
they have
Yeah.
any question. Yeah, if they
Yeah.
have any question that the closer can't answer. Like he would be like, just shoot me a message anytime. If I can't hop on, I'll hop on real
And
quick.
by the way, let's give some
Yeah,
context. Like Sahel runs a massive car dealership, bro, and he has a property
yeah,
portfolio and 3 kids,
yeah. And
and then
baby, newborn.
and a
Like,
newborn baby. And today, if we say, "Hey, Sahel, there's a call at this time with a lead who has a question about X, Y, Z," he will make the time to be there. And
yeah,
then on the flip side, respectfully, you've got like people who have no right to be thinking, oh, I don't want to be doing this, that, and the other, don't want to be doing this, that, and the other, who have nothing better to be doing with their time, who won't turn up to those calls. Like, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
And it's a shame as well because like one of the things that I've seen the biggest like pivot with this online business space is that everyone's very focused on leverage and scale, right? Which are very important things to have in your business. Leverage and scale is to be able to have leverage, so you're not taking this and not doing that and blah blah blah. But people focus in the wrong phases. Like there are phases to the business, bro. First off, it's can I get proof of concept? Can I get proof of concept that at least one person will pay more than $1 on this thing I want to sell, right?
yeah,
Then it's can I get flow? Can I do this for 10 people, no matter how much I make, or can I do this for 10 people? Then it's like, okay, cool. Can I then get even more stuff? Can I fill my calendar with people to talk to every single day? Then once you've done that, then it's like, can I replace myself in 30% of these sales calls, which turns into 50%, which turns into 60%, and then they're better than me, so they can take all of them. Then it's like, can I take myself out of delivery? But people will start an offer and be like, who could take my sales calls from me? Like, bro, come on, man. You got it all the
yeah,
way twisted. Like my first 2 big operating clients, I took $0 up front for, bro.
yeah,
And I've
yeah.
had a baby, a
So
newborn baby. I'm in a country where I can't get work or anything. Like I've just quit high ticket closing to go all in on this operating thing. I took $0 up front, bro. $0. I said to my girl, like, yo, if this works, we're eating well this month. If not, I'm gonna have to work something else out.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
on the other end of the spectrum, it's like, hey, I'm gonna outsource every single thing. I don't want to coach. I don't want to do marketing. I don't want to record VSLs. I don't want to do sales calls. Like, bro,
yeah.
come on, man.
It's
You
like the
don't want
other
to
way
run a
around,
business.
isn't it? It's
Yeah,
like, hey, I have this audience. Find the right offer and take care of it. I'll just keep posting and doing the same thing. That like no, you and that's the thing about like because there's such low barrier to entry. Like anyone can
yeah.
become an online
A
entrepreneur
coach.
nowadays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So like there's a lot of people who don't want to do the entrepreneurial shit, but they want to be an
yeah,
entrepreneur.
yeah.
So
So real, so real. The 4 a.m. sessions where you're just like, oh my gosh, I said I was gonna finish this VSL at flipping 10 last night, and then this person called me, and then I've got to do this for tomorrow. Like nobody wants to be there, bro. No one wants to be
yeah,
there. That's legit what it takes, and I think it's funny because for me, when I look at Emil, and when I look at Nicolette and what he's doing now, look at Sahel. When I look at those guys who are in the trenches making it happen. I look at us, bro. I see it's inevitable that these people are going to be like whatever their like whatever their level of success they want to reach is. It's inevitable they're going to hit that because you're putting
Yeah.
the inputs in. I think it's such a shame that so many people will look at the output. I want 100k a month, 100k a month, 100k a month, 100k a month, and never work backwards to work out. If I want 100k a
Yeah.
month, right, and my offer is, I don't know, let's say it's 2.5k, right, that means I need to make 20 sales. You know, is that right? 20 sales, 10? Yeah, I make 20 sales a month. That means I need to onboard 20 people in a month. That means I need to deliver for 20 people in a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just I want to make 100k a month. All right, cool. So go serve 20 people really well.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And going back to like Emma, right? Like his company is doing 6 figures a month, right?
Yeah.
He's still being on the back end. He can hire somebody, like some
Yeah.
random person on Fiverr or Upwork, to do all the NA10 automation and stuff because they specialize in the AI stuff. Every
Mhm.
single client that he onboards, he get into the trenches and he does like all the agents and automation and
Mm,
stuff.
mm,
And now
mm.
with him hitting 6K per month consistently, like they're looking to hire people. But then up to that point, like you shouldn't be thinking about just, giving it away
Scale.
and
Yeah,
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 and
yeah.
not worrying about your whole business, you know?
And that's something that has been a hard pill to swallow, I think, for me in a way, where it's like, and I guess there are levels to this, right? Because there's certain things that maybe it's like expectations that we set wrong. Maybe it's a stack of deliverables that we do. But there's certain things where it's like, bro, I could not fulfill this for like 20 different clients right now. Like building the ads, the VSL, the HeyGen VSL, for example, like the Gamma Dot, the funnels, everything. Like there's pre-call email sequence. Like there's a lot of moving parts. Setting up and managing the ad accounts, for example, there are a lot of moving parts. So it's funny because for me, that has been something where it's like, I've found better and better ways to deal with everything that needs to be done. So for example, now 85% of what I'm able to do goes to ChatGPT, and I just got to do quality control now, which makes life significantly
Yeah.
easier. And then at the same time as well, now we're bringing on talent, as we said, that is better than me at the things that we are doing. So again, I'm just in a position of managing quality control, and before it goes live, it goes through me, which is scalable. Now I can imagine for Emil, I can imagine it's hard, right? Because it is. So his whole thing is NAN and
Yeah,
AI, right?
automation, like setting AI setters and stuff. So
Mm.
yeah,
But is it like already productized, or does he do like
he's
like
at that
custom?
point where like he's gonna build a software company based on like because it's pretty much productized. But every single person that comes in because of different offers, different business, and all
Mm.
that kind of stuff, he has to go in and make adjustments and tweaks and stuff like
Of
that.
course. Okay, so it's more like onboarding than it is building from scratch.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
and
guess
his
as a
business
yeah.
partner is taking the
Mm.
calls. Like they're doing 6 figure months. His business partners is doing the sales call, the
Is that
CEO.
Serdar? Is that Serdar, the other guy?
Not sure. I'm not sure.
Are they only Fusion AI guys, the ones who did the outbound
Yeah, 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 yeah,
AI? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I spoke to him a while back. Yeah. He's cool, man. He's
yeah.
cool. Man, I need to get out to Bali, bro. The network is wild out there,
It's
man.
great here.
I got
Yeah,
a network of trees and fungus.
yeah, yeah. You should come, bro.
So,
Like, I mean, my next step would be probably Dubai. That's where I feel like I want to live or stay for a
mm,
bit, half of the year. But it's just hard to beat Bali, bro. Like,
yeah.
there's so many gyms, healthy food everywhere. Weather is like pretty consistent every day. I like riding bikes. Everywhere I go, you can park anywhere. It's like save
Mm.
so much time. So like it's just
You,
convenient
you
at
know
its
where I
peak.
want to live, bro? I want to live Portugal. I want to live Lisbon. In Lisbon.
Yeah, is it nice?
Yeah, it's beautiful, bro. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I have actually went when I was very young, but like, because you know what, the funny thing for me is that now I'm a dad, right? I'm looking through the lens of the world, not just through like what does Jacob want. It's like, okay, what's good for the family, you know?
100%. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, I love the idea of Dubai, and I spoke to my girl about it a lot. And you know, I don't think it's off the table in somewhere that we'll move in the next couple of years. But I've so far not seen the family part of Dubai much, if that makes sense. I've seen a lot of like
Yeah,
making money online and like, yeah, I'm a coaching consultant. Here's my Rolex, my AP, and my, but like, I got a little girl, man, and like, she's not
yeah,
a make money online entrepreneur. She's a little girl. You know what I mean? You
yeah,
know, she needs
yeah.
to go out with flipping pink, you know, what's it called, rubber bands in the water and splashing about and stuff like, you
Yeah,
know.
floaties. Yeah,
So yeah, floaties, that's it. So it is really interesting, man. It is really interesting having a little one and kind of like building your life around the middle ground between entrepreneurship and like fatherhood, bro. Because
yeah.
yeah, man, you'll see, bro. You'll see
I'll get
eventually.
there, bro. I'll get there. All right, bro.
Yeah.
All right. So
Very
yeah,
good.
this podcast is kind of like it's more casual than usual, right? We kind of just talk about different things, kind of talk
Yeah,
about like, content, marketing, being in the trenches, like what it's like being an entrepreneur.
yeah.
And yeah, I
I
mean,
think I
pretty
think that,
cool.
to be
So
honest, I think that's a better format, bro. I'll be honest.
yeah, yeah.
I think
I mean, we
it's
wanna.
not about the product, it's about the packaging, right? So like I think what was it? Hold on, let me have a look. What was the packaging, if you want to call it that, for the last couple of posts that we made? Reese one wrote winning funnel in 2025. Best way to sales core tracker, high click through rate strategy. 100% click through rate, best funnel in 2025. I love it, bro. No views,
Bro, I
bro. Where
hate
are you
Canva.
people at, bro? What's going on? What's going on?
We'll get there. This is the grind. We're in the grind.
Yeah,
We're
100.
it's gonna all come into play. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I'm just doing it, seeing it in the process. Like, and this is a great mindset that I have, right? And I think fitness. Before we wrap everything up, I want to just share a
yeah,
quick
yeah.
story,
Of
right?
course, yeah, please.
Um, I think fitness changed my life not just because of like how you build muscle, you look great, and you're strong and
Feel
all that stuff,
confident. Yeah,
but fitness is that one thing you can't really cheat. There's no shortcut to it.
yeah, true.
Like your body just can't keep up. It can't like progress faster than what you're capable of. But you still have to show up, right? And
Mm,
there's a delay. Like you don't go to the gym and then you come back, you see your muscle growing. Like after a month of going, maybe a month after that, then you will see the progress. You'll see the changes, right? So that kind of like put my kind of shift my perspective when it comes to like everything else that I did. When I was starting to learn closing,
mm.
I didn't close the first 20 calls, bro. The offer owner said, okay, you're going to be taking unqualified leads, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Unqualified leads. I took 20 calls. I was like, this is a part of the process. I might not see any progress. I might not make any money, but it's working behind the scene. I'm progressing behind the scene, right?
Mm.
The first close I did, I still remember her. We actually follow each other and stuff. Like she progressed well from that. It was a 1,500 package paid in 4 payments. So that's 375.
Yeah,
My commission at that time was $37 for that month. I was smiling. I was going to the gym after that close, smiling and stuff. I'm like, if I can hit one, I can hit five, I can hit 10. And then
yeah,
I ended up closing like 7 figures, over 7 figures in that offer.
yeah,
Crazy. Started from that one small package, bro.
yeah.
And it always comes late. So like I always tell like my closers and stuff, especially because the ones who are just starting out, like
Mm,
yeah, look at the people, get inspired of the people making 10K and all that stuff, but
mm.
also be very aware of the work that they had to put in early in the process. Like you need to go through this grind to see all of that stuff. So same thing with content, bro. I don't care if it's 20, 30, 50 videos that we're getting
Before we
zero
get a
views
view,
before we get a view, and then everything will just start, you know, compounding after that. So
I agree. I just think we can, like, with our packaging, there's a way we can, like,
yeah,
day
yeah, yeah.
one, 100 million. You know, we should test stuff, but just
Yeah, we
standard
can talk.
marketing, bro.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Of course, like you want to do the right things, right? Like you want
Mm.
to show up, do it, keep repeating, but also improve over time. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk. I think we're gonna talk about the LinkedIn, Twitter strategy that
Yeah, yeah.
we
Well,
are gonna get into, and
yeah, we'll
we
go
can
through
talk
that
about
now.
YouTube as well. Yeah,
Cool.
cool. All right, bro.
Peace,
See
folks.
ya.
Future
See
viewers.
ya.
Bye.